Test reminders. What's in store for you examinees? Priming yourself for the test. The review 3 months before the examination. Read your books and lecture notes in the different areas. Work on the subjects individually. Make a schedule of the subjects to be reviewed. 2. Pre-examination day preparations. Today, this afternoon, have you visited the examination center? Have you been acquainted with the seating arrangement? Is the room ventilated? Have you chosen a place to sit? Relax this afternoon. Go watch a movie. Take a walk. Recreate the mind. Go to bed early. Don't stay up late. With lack of sleep, you won't have concentration in the test tomorrow. Rise early tomorrow morning. Scheme through your notes. Take a breakfast. Go to the examination center long before the start of test. Get your composure. 3. The examination period. Relax. Be composed. Follow instructions in the form-filling period. Read and understand questions or the stem of the problem. Don't answer immediately halfway in the question. Study the question up to the end of a question. Remember, no erasures. When in doubt, leave the item. Proceed to the next. Questions with not, no, except, don't require negative to fact or exclusions. Take your time. There is ample time. Don't rush. Finish the entire examination's time. Don't leave blank, in case your time is getting eaten up. Use the remaining minute and 30 seconds to fill up blanks for answering. Be familiar with the multiple choice type of testing. 1. STEM. ABC options. D. The STEM is the problem or question that requires completion, definition, identification or recall of fact, recall of name, recall of place, theory or principle, time or period, law or provision. The options are the choices. 3 of 4 are decoy choices. 1 is the correct option choice. Remember, the STEM question contains a keyword or key phrase. Associate your choice answer with the keyword S. Use your common sense or sense of logic. Eliminate choices not relevant or directly connected with the question. Use the process of elimination. Example 1. Keywords: killed a dog and used it for food. Options: A. Malicious mischief. B. Homicide. C. Canonicide. D. Theft. 2. Keyword S. Country of origin of the choices: A. New York. B. Canberra. C. Canada. D. Germany. You can do it. Pass the test and aspire for the realization of your personal motivations. Pray. Board exam questions for criminologist. Criminal sociology, ethics and human relations. 1. A member of the PNP while on duty, whether in uniform or not, should avoid unpleasant habits which affect not only himself as an individual member, but also the whole organization where he belongs. A. Sleeping on duty. B. Intoxication and use of prohibited drugs. C. Partisan police activities. D. All of the foregoing ends. Capital D. 2. The general rule is that a member of the PNP cannot draw his firearms, except for A. Necessary apprehension of criminals. B. Necessary target practice. C. Necessary inspection or lawful use. D. All of the foregoing ends. Capital A. 3. It is the process by which we use or manipulate representation or symbols. A. Thinking. B. Intuition. C. Perceiving. D. Memory ends. Capital B. 4. It is everyone's duty and obligation regardless of his intelligence, degree of education, social standing, religion, sect, or color, etc. A. Code of ethics. B. Public office is a public thrust. C. Faithful allegiance to the government and constitution. D. Loyalty and love of country ends. Capital C. 5. Deficiencies in the CJS can be manifested by the following circumstances, except A. Poor linkage or relationship among the 5 pillars. B. Poor image or credibility of and controversies in law enforcement. C. Widespread indifference and apathy of the community. D. Proper disposition of cases by the prosecution and court. And capital D. 6. This involves functions of the police to ensure compliance by regulatory means with public safety and security. A. Implement law. B. Enforce traffic and crowd law. C. Arrest and investigate criminals. D. Regulate non-criminal conduct ends. Capital A. 7. Which of the following does not belong to the group? A. Assassination. B. Bombing. C. Sabotage. D. Prostitution ends. Capital D. 8. It is known as an act prohibiting the employment of children below 15 years of age in public and private undertakings. A. Republic Act 7610. B. Republic Act 7658. C. Republic Act 8551. D. Presidential Decree 603 ends. Capital A. 9. Assume that you are a police officer and you found out that you have unjustly reprimanded police officer Juan de la Cruz. The best procedure to follow is A. Justify the reprimand. B. Talk to him and admit your mistakes. C. Make no apology but tolerate his behavior. D. Ignore the matter ends. Capital B. 10. This is a term applied for a specialist in the study of disorders, sometimes interchangeably used with psychiatrist A, anthropologist B, alienist C, autophobia D, biometry ANS. Capital A. 11. Inconsistent and wise use of discretion, based on professional policing competence, will do much to preserve good relationship and retain the confidence of the public. This statement is A, absolutely correct, B, absolutely wrong, C, maybe correct, D, neither correct or wrong ANS. Capital A. 12. What disciplinary measure, do you think, will most likely produce discontentment and grievance? A, unusual strictness, B, inconsistent administration, C, severity of punishment, D, impersonal attitude ANS. Capital B. 13. This theory believes that punishment should fit the criminal and not the crime committed. A, positivist theory, B, neoclassical theory, C, classical theory, D, differential association theory ANS. Capital C. 14. A police officer in uniform is prohibited from carrying any package or bundle unless it is needed in the performance of his duty. The likelihood the said officer will be misinterpreted to A, have accepted favors, B, be a comprador for his wife, C, a trim appearance while in uniform is important, D, all of the foregoing ANS. Capital A. 15. Before the development of scientist theorist, this theory involved believing that criminal behavior is caused by the possession of evil spirits. A, demonological, B, classical, C, Italian, D, neoclassical ANS. Capital A. 16. A statute enacted by Congress, penal in character, which is not amendment to the revised penal code such as Republic Acts, presidential decrees and memorandum circulars. A, special law, B, constitution, C, revised penal code, D, common law ANS. Capital A. 17. It is a kind of early form of punishment where prisoners are shipped or moved from one place to another for the purpose of cheap labor. A, slavery, B, banishment, C, transportation, D, penal colony ANS. Capital C. 18. Justice according to the Supreme Court is symbolically represented by a blindfolded woman holding a sword and with a balance, meaning it is A, administered with respect to persons, B, administered without respect to persons. Equality to poor and the rich, C, administered without respect to persons. Equality to poor people, D, administered with respect to persons. Equality and treatment ANS. Capital D. 19. Which agency is responsible for the custody and rehabilitation of youthful offenders? A, boards of pardons and parole, B, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, C, Department of Social Welfare and Development, D, Bureau of Corrections ANS. Capital C. 20. Are those who commit crime due to abnormalities or psychological disorders, they should be exempted from criminal liability. A, born criminals, B, insane criminals, C, criminaloids, D, criminal by passion ANS. Capital B. 21. It is defined as the wise use of one's judgment, common sense and personal experience in deciding. A, discretion, B, decision-making, C, problem-solving, D, none of the above ANS. Capital A. 22. A police officer on witness stand is not called upon to express his view about the case, nor to tell what he heard others say about it, nor to make a speech. Of the following, the most accurate statement of this situation is that A, be courteous, B, to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, C, do not volunteer, D, none of the above ANS. Capital B. 23. The basic weapon of a police officer is A, gun, B, uniform, C, whistle, D, knowledge of the law ANS. Capital D. 24. It is defined as the sum total of dealings between the police and the people it serves and whose goodwill and cooperation it craves for the greatest possible efficiency in the service. A, public relations, B, human relations, C, police community relations, D, police information and education ANS. Capital C. 25. Which of the following is the most important function of good public relation officers of a police station? A, training of police members, B, generating community awareness and support, C, recruiting qualified applicant, D, planning and special projects ANS. Capital B. 26. The term police can be defined in two ways. This definition refers to the creation of the police under the Constitution, forming a part of the executive department in charge in the apprehension of offenders and to execute the law. A, as to agency, B, as to behavior, C, as to individual, D, as to organization ANS. Capital D. 27. The form of child abuse that can range from habitual humiliation of a child to withholding life-sustaining nurturing refers to A, mental abuse, B, emotional abuse, C, physical abuse, D, economic abuse ANS. Capital B. 28. He advocated a system of classifying criminals according to bodily measurements, because human skeleton is unchangeable after the 20th year and because no two individuals are alike in all dimensions. This method of identification received prominence in 1880s. A, Alphonse Bertillon, B, Charles Darwin, C, Cesar Lombroso, D, Charles Goring ANS. Capital A. 29. Dominated by pleasure principle, through which the individual is pressed for immediate gratification of his or her desires. A, I, B, ego, C, superego, D, none of the above ANS. A 30. the theory which states that police officers who know the wrongdoing of another police officer will not take action against them or provide information against them to investigators. A. Code of ethical standards. B. Code of secrecy. C. Blue wall of silence. D. None of the above. Ends. Capital C. 31. He founded the positive school of criminology in the 19th century. A. Cesar B. Carrier. B. Cesare Lombroso. C. Charles Goring. D. Calvin Goddard. Ends. Capital B. 32. Under this ethical standard, the PNP member shall take legitimate means to achieve goals despite of internal and external difficulties. A. Perseverance. B. Humility. C. Orderliness. D. Integrity. Ends. Capital A. 33. It means more than reporting to work on time. It involves as well as every detail of the policeman's daily activity. A. Protection of the underdog. B. Maltreatment of offenders. C. Punctuality to calls, requirements of duty, etc. D. Due process of law. Ends. Capital C. 34. It is a morbid fear of oneself or of being alone. A. Monophobia. B. Megalomania. C. Autophobia. D. Kleptomania. Ends. Capital A. 35. A police officer is forbidden to engage in idle conversation while on duty. Specifically, this prohibition refers to a gossip and idle talk. B. Communication outside organization. C. Vexing of humiliating other. D. All of the foregoing. Ends. Capital D. 36. It is a strategic position to prevent crime and delinquency. It receives him when he is young, observes, supervises, and teaches him for many hours each week during some of his most impressionable years. A. Home. B. Religion. C. School. D. Police agency. Ends. Capital C. 37. One of the following is not a cause of juvenile delinquency. A. Neglected homes. B. Police inefficiency. C. Lack of proper guidance. D. Delinquent parents. Ends. Capital B. 38. Police officer shall treat official business as such, and shall no impart the same to anyone except those for whom it is intended, or as by his superior officer, or as required by law. This phrase describes A. Confession. B. Confidential information. C. Criminal investigation. D. Secrecy. Discipline. Ends. Capital D. 39. Which of the following should not release to the press by the police officer? A. Length of investigation. B. Juvenile's age. C. Juvenile's name. D. Type of crime committed. Ends. Capital C. 40. What is meant by victimless crime? A. There is no victim. B. There is no complaining victim. C. The victim is dead. D. The victim knows the suspect. Ends. Capital B. 41. A person who commits crime due to less physical stamina or self-control. A. Criminology. B. Criminal by passion. C. Insane criminal. D. Born criminal. Ends. Capital A. 42. The center stage of police officer's actions wherein his spectators are the citizens he has sworn to serve with utmost dedication is the A. Court. B. Community. C. Police station. D. None of the foregoing. Ends. Capital B. 43. It is considered as the weakest pillar in the Philippine criminal justice system because they fail to reform offenders and prevent them from returning to criminal life. A. Police. B. Prosecution. C. Correctional institutions. D. Community. Ends. Capital C. 44. Who constitutes the Holy Three in Criminology? 1. Cesare Lombroso. 2. Emil Durkheim. 3. Enrico Ferri. 4. Raphael Garofalo. A. 2, 3, and 4. B. 1, 2, and 3. C. 2, 3, and 4. D. 1, 3, and 4. Ends. Capital D. 45. All PNP members must have the moral courage to sacrifice self-interest in keeping with the time-honored principle of A. Delicatezza. B. Pacifissima. C. Belligerent. D. None of the above. Ends. Capital A. 46. Growth, learning, maturation are part of natural development of A child. B. An adolescent. C. Senile. D. Old age. Ends. Capital B. 47. May be defined as a study and investigation of crime and criminals and is concerned with the application of knowledge regarding crime to social programs of crime prevention and control. A. Etiology of crime. B. Criminalist. C. Criminology. D. Criminal process. Ends. Capital C. 48. Republic Act No. 8551 provides for the reorganization of the Philippine National Police. Which of the following is not a guiding policy in the preparation of reorganization plan? A. Enhancement of community and service orientation to the police. B. Maintenance of a civilian and national police force. C. Attainment of efficiency and effectiveness. D. Adaptation of military command structures. Ends. Capital D. 49. They are atavists according to Lombroso because they have inherited their criminal tendencies. A. Born criminals. B. Criminal by passion. C. Insane criminals. D. Criminaloids. Ends. Capital A. 50. Typology of crime simply means A. Categorization or type of crime. B. Crime situation. C. Extent of crime. D. Crime trend. Ends. Capital A. 51.